Hey everybody, I'm Amy Hughes and welcome to the beautiful Isle of Hope near Savannah, Georgia. Well, I want to introduce you to about 50,000 of my closest friends here. These are our honeybees and they are working hard to produce some beautiful honey. And these guys have inspired my next recipe, Baklava Honey Nut Cheesecake Bites. These things are delicious. Now, every year in Savannah, the Greek ladies get together and they prepare pans and pans and pans of food, and we have a Greek festival. And so the baklava is to die for. So what I've done is taken honey nut cream cheese and turned it into some mini baklava cheesecake bites that are really scrumptious and will just make you want to get on a plane and go to Greece. I know I want to get on a plane and go to Greece. Now this recipe for mini baklava cheesecake bites is so simple to make. First, we take 2 boxes of our little mini phyllo shells. Phyllo, I don't know. You say phyllo, I say phyllo, whatever. But anyway, so you take these little shells and we baste them with about a half a stick of butter that's melted. We baste the tops and the bottoms. And then we're going to put them in the oven at 350 degrees for 5 minutes to get them nice and crisp and ready for our filling. The next step in preparing our little baklava cheesecake bites is to chop up about a half cup of walnuts. Now, make sure you pull out some pretty walnuts to use for the top. Unfortunately, this was the ugliest batch of walnuts ever, and this is about the only pretty walnut in the entire bag. But I've got some nice little walnut pieces that we'll use on top. There's about 30 shells in the 2 packages of shells, so you need about 30 walnuts. So I've got my walnuts all nice and chopped, and I'm going to put them in my bowl here. I'm going to take a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, sprinkle that in there, and a pinch of salt. And then I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of honey. Now, I like to use Tupelo honey, but that is because I was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, and my husband calls me his Tupelo honey. But you can use whatever kind of honey that you like. We, of course, in Savannah, we have our Savannah Bee Company honey, which is delicious. So all we have to do is stir that up. Now we're going to come over here and we are going to mix up the filling for the cheesecake bites. Now what makes this filling so special? Our friend Philadelphia cream cheese honey nut. This stuff is so good. Oh, I just love to put it on my bagels. Or those little mini tea sandwiches and all. It's so good. But it makes the most delicious cheesecake. Here we go. We're going to put this into our mixer here. And we're going to put in about a half a cup of sugar. And we are going to mix that up on medium-high speed until it gets nice and fluffy. Our cream cheese mixture is nice and creamy. So now we're going to add 1 egg. I always crack it into a separate bowl just in case I get any shells in there, but we'll whip that up nice and fluffy. We're going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And that's all nice and combined. So now we are going to stir in about a 1/4 cup of sour cream. I've never been to Greece. I always wanted to go to Greece. It is absolutely at the top of my bucket list. So I put about a 1/4 teaspoonful of that cinnamon nut honey mixture in the bottom of each of these little phyllo cups. And now I'm putting a dollop of the cream cheese mixture right on top. And this honey nut cream cheese, you are going to love the taste. Garnish your baklava cups with a walnut slice. Bake your baklava cheesecake bites for about 20 minutes in a 350-degree oven. And here are our delicious mini baklava honey nut cheesecake bites. Oh, these are so yummy. Hear that crunch? Oh, I just want to go to Greece so bad. These taste so good. They're the food of the gods. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Goodbye. Oopa!